Okay, so map 3. Map 3, this is Volskaya. Map 3 is always 2CP, so this time it was Volskaya. AF Blue on defense, they go for what is pretty much becoming the standard composition, a 3 tank 2 support lineup with a soldier. More importantly though, no Zarya but a Diva, because the Diva is here to protect the shield of your Reinhardt, right? So these two guys are hammering, if you had like similar composition on the other side. Okay, BK Stars is going for something else, but if you had the same composition, it would be these two guys right here hammering the enemy shield, and then this shield trying to be maintained with the help of the Diva with her defense matrix, right? So it's what we saw a lot of in the Envious versus Rogue game. We also saw that quite a bit in the Lunatic Hive versus Kangdu Uncia game, and also like overall in on this patch in solo queue and in scripts. Okay, BK Stars, however, they're going back to their full-on dive composition: 2 dive tanks and 2 flankers, so 2-2 and double flankers. Volskaya is actually a pretty interesting map. I think it gets kind of a bad rep in terms of 2CP, but this first point is actually very interesting in terms of what you can do. You can set up with hit scans on the... Okay, this is not the best view. But you can set up on this high ground. You can set up on the opposite high ground over there. You can try to defend up close. There's lots of open space. So for like Ferris to fly, there's really like a lot of things you can do on first point. And second point, there's a lot of ways that you can attack second point. So I think it really gets kind of a bad rep in terms of 2CP. Like, I don't like Hanamura or Anubis that much, and for some reason people are saying, oh, Anubis is just so much better than the other 2CP maps, and I don't necessarily agree with that. So as you can see here, they have the shield set up high ground. They have a Diva jumping down, contesting, and trying to bully people off. I think the soldier was top left here, but he can very easily like sprint to the other side and go back and forth. Right? So they're trying to locate the soldier and be aggressive on him, because he's like the main damage dealer on the side of AF Blue. Did he get pushed? He didn't. That was pretty close though. Okay, Jin, really good showing from him on the Roadhog. Yeah. I didn't mention this, but as you can see, like, Jin is their off-tank flex player, so off-tank player, and they're actually putting Arhan onto the Diva instead of having him on his Genji. Whereas, like, on the other side, you could see, like, it was Alarm, who is their main tank, actually. Bernard is supposed to be, like, the off-tank Zarya player. But here they put him on Winston, here they put Alarm on Diva, and then when they need a Roadhog, it's Dohyun, or maybe, I guess, sometimes Bunny. But mostly Dohyun, I think. So first fight was won by AF Blue. They don't quite have ults yet, but they have a bit better charge. So BK Stars is trying to like find another angle to attack this from. I think it was Bunny trying to go from behind, but yeah, that's a pretty good hook. Okay, so you see BK Stars answering with something that they think can deal with this. So the Reaper to deal with these tanks, and the Soldier to have like really good high DPS. However, the Reaper is going to have trouble getting close, right? You don't have a Reinhardt here, so he can't hide behind a shield. So if he gets hooked, he's probably dead, or he needs to Wraith Form out, and even after that, he's going to get chased and probably die, right? So the Reaper, okay, how are you going to get in? The Soldier, okay, Soldier's really good, but they have a shield for their Soldier. This Soldier doesn't have a shield, right? So this is problematic. So even though you might think, oh, Reaper's really good against tanks, right? Well, he is, but like you need to get up close to them. And if there's a Soldier shooting at you, that's not easy. If there's a Roadhog that can hook you, that's not easy. And if you add onto that the fact that Nano Boost got nerfed and there's no movement speed anymore, then even the Beyblade combo is not as interesting as just nanoing the attack visor. So the Reaper here just doesn't make sense for me. Like, despite the fact that in theory Reaper is good against tanks, despite that fact, Reaper doesn't make much sense here. Right, so this is kind of like what I'm talking about in terms of Volskaya being interesting, right? We saw AF Blue being set up here, so on this high ground here. So BK Stars went underneath there towards the spawn and went around to the back stairs. AF Blue understood that that was happening, so they kind of speed boost, went on the other side and set up the shield on the other side. And this kind of movement around the point is the kind of interesting stuff I'm talking about, right? Because you can't really just go on point and have this hit scan just shoot you from above. You're gonna die, you're not gonna win that. So you need to find a way to get on top of that team. And if they're constantly like moving around the point and setting up right side and then left side and then split up between two, like it's hard to deal with, right? Which I think makes this map really interesting compared to like Anubis, where it's like Alright, so they defended that push with just the attack visor because of superior positioning and because they had a better composition, okay? I didn't mention this, but we can see that Bernard went back to his Zarya. That's like his main hero. So this is kind of like the oh, I'm just gonna pick what I think I'm good at and kind of go back to like my comfort zone. But this even though we have a 3-2 composition with the soldier, and here a 3-2 composition with the soldier, here you have a shield. You have a shield, no shields, right? So these hooks are going to be way better than these hooks because this Roadhog doesn't have a shield to deal with, and this soldier is just going to do more damage. You know, even if there's a diva, here you have the diva and the shield for the supports and the soldier to stand behind. So yeah, you're just getting more value out of this soldier and more value out of this Roadhog just because you have a shield in front. Okay, good sleep by Twilight, but are they gonna... Okay, nano boosted whole hog. This is like... Oh, they did use sound barrier as well. Okay. Okay, so they had on the previous push they just used attack visor to defend. Here they used 1, 2, 3, 4, and because of that, now BK Stars has an ult advantage. But time-wise, it's only gonna be 45 seconds. Okay, I guess Alarm got in the back over here. And he's trying to not die, because if he gets staggered now, like maybe they just straight out lose from there. But it's hard to be sneaky with Diva because she can't crouch in her mech. So no matter what, you're gonna make noise if you move around. They have Graviton. Ooh, that's a great sleep. That's a clutch sleep. Okay, nano boosted attack visor. And from across, I think he was across, I don't see him, but Dave Fly lands just a absolutely clutch sleep onto Bunny here. Diva Bomb, okay, so they Graviton, but shields in front, so the Diva Bomb doesn't do anything. The Nano Attack Visor, as we said, completely got negated. So despite having 5 ults to like 2 at the start, AF Blue's able to like defend for long enough to charge these ults, and then they just win this fight. Okay, it's overtime, but I'm guessing this is over. Yeah, it's done. And we get a Volskaya first point full hold, which is cool. I like this map. I think it's the best TCP map we have, to be honest. But like it seems that I'm the only one with that opinion. Okay, so BK Stars now on defense. They need to full hold this to draw the map. They go for a 3-2 composition, but same problem, no Reinhardt. So on Numbani, this was fine because you need to jump on these high grounds, on these multiple high grounds that Numbani has. Whereas here, you don't really need to jump. You can actually speed boost from this high ground to this high ground. You can just go all the way here and do that really fast. So you want to have a shield so that your soldier can just set up behind. And then once they commit, the attack commits to the actual points, then your tanks jump down and your soldiers still up here kind of shooting down, okay? But they don't have a Reinhardt, okay? So you gotta question their ability to play Diva, because Alarm's the one going for Diva, but here's he is their Reinhardt player, okay? So they're putting Bernard, which is their Zarya player, onto Monkey, right? So does Bernard just not play Diva? Or is it really just a choice of them thinking they don't need the Reinhardt? And if that's the case, then I really disagree. Okay, AF Blue is going for their version of a mobile composition. Rogue did quite a bit of this. It's a 2-2 composition. They're keeping the Zarya to help shield whoever's going in, right? So they're not going full-on kind of Monkey plus Diva. They're just going Monkey and having a Zarya to shield the Monkey or to shield the Genji or the Pharah. Recry's Pharah, really good Pharah. They're not overcommitting to it with a Mercy, which allows them to both keep the speed boost and also have the Ana, because Ana is just really good. So if you want to go for the Mercy, you have to sacrifice the speed boost or sacrifice the Ana pick. So you might as well just go for the Pharah and not go for the full-on combo. A few teams have been doing this. Like the first one was Rogue, with Tvik going Pharah. It was at like the APEC premiere in the finals. It was really rare to like see a Pharah without a Mercy, and they kind of show that. And since then, a few teams have kind of decided to go that way. So yeah, this is like their version of a mobile composition. Okay, we're gonna have Arhan on Genji, but Recry is a better Pharah than he's a Tracer. And it adds a lot of verticality in terms of like how you play around space. So that's kind of interesting. The question is, of course, how are you going to be dealing with the hit scan soldier, right? If you don't kill him, you don't have a Mercy following you, you're going to die pretty quickly. So you need to be very, very smart about your angles and what you do when you're in the air. As well, we have the Roadhog that can hook you if you're too close. We have the Monkey that can kind of jump harass you a bit, but that's not that great. But importantly, you also have the Diva that can completely cancel out your barrage if you aren't aware of that. So the goal would be to make sure Diva's not here when you're ulting, or to just get her out of her mech before you use barrage. Okay, let's roll. Okay, so they don't see anything up front, so they understand they're holding some kind of high ground. Pharah's skill, when you know that they're holding these kind of high grounds in the back, you have the concussive blast, and that's really good for denying high grounds. So another reason why Pharah is probably a bit better than Tracer here. Oh, good hook though. Really good hook. Probably didn't see that coming. Okay, so they got one pick. What does the freaking blue do? Do they commit to that fight? No. You lost someone, you go back, you retreat, you wait that you're 6 again, and you just wait. You lost 20-25 seconds because of that pick. It's okay. It's better than just suiciding into the enemy team and giving them more ult charge. They already have a tiny bit of ult advantage because of that pick, right? If you see the Ana, right, a bit more. You see the tanks, a bit more on the side of BK Stars. So you don't want to like overcommit to a fight that's already lost and just give them even more ults. So it's good conservative play from African Blue, and now they can commit once they're 6. Arhans gets kind of wrecked. Recry tries to go for this flank. Oh, almost got the boop, not quite. And they just disengage. Okay, so now Recry. Okay, these are the plays. Okay, we don't care. Let's go. Okay. Recry got picked or got killed twice by the enemy Roadhog, so he's like, okay, screw it, I'm gonna go hog myself. Which all of a sudden kind of changes this composition. Okay, sure, you have this guy and this guy, so it's just a double dive, but it's like you're not really diving because this guy wants picks. So it's more like wait for this guy to get a pick and then try to dive with your Winston Genji combo. They have Nano Boost. They're going to have Blade, so I'm guessing, yeah. They're going to go for that. Okay, but these guys, remember what we said about the soldier, the nano boosted tac visor being better than this? Let's see what Arhan does to kind of even the playing field, if he can do anything. Okay, he's not committing to it right away. So this is good, right? They were afraid of this combo, so they commit to a fight without using their combo. Right? They had a really good defense. They know all they need to do is capture this point. So they're willing to just do dry pushes where you're gonna lose, but then eventually you're gonna have this, right? So 5 ults. Recry's ult is gonna be a bit late, but the rest you're gonna have 5 ults. They're gonna have 4, so maybe you can afford to do one more dry push to make sure this goes down a bit, and then you can try to commit to it. Okay, Nano Boost. I guess they want to commit. Okay, two good targets. Like, you get the main carry, you get the main healer for free because they're getting distracted by your monkey. That's really good play. Really good target prioritization by the monkey, and then the Genji to follow that up with the combo. And now the fight's won. And like, we see Twilight swapping to Sombra to try to get back on point, but I think this is pretty much over because the respawn is just way too far for the defense. He gets back on point, but this is not going to do anything. Graviton, whole hog just to keep them off the point, and Africa Blue wins the second map with a really strong defense, which they get a full hold, and then that allows them to be very conservative about their attack. They have a lot of time. They have 4 minutes to just charge ults and then go for this big final push with those ults. So 2-1 Africa Blue. Okay, spoilers I guess, but 4th and final map, Gibraltar. Another map I really like. So Africa Blue's on defense. They go for this 3-2 composition with the soldier. We've been talking about this a whole lot. On the side of BK Stars, we see essentially the same thing, except for Hanzo here. But if I... Yeah, that's it. He's just going to be swapping. So, there it goes. Essentially the same composition, you would think. But we have a monkey instead of the diva, right? So you might be thinking, oh, they're just dive tanks. It's the same thing. No, the diva is here to protect your shield so that it goes down slower than the enemy shield. So these two guys, right? These two guys are hammering this shield, and then this guy is protecting his team's shield so that they have shield up, which enables him to get picks, right? And then when they have ultimates, the Earth Shatter, if Alarm's shield goes down, then you have an advantage in getting hooks and getting Earth Shatter, right? So not having the diva here completely like screws over this entire composition, right? So the fact that they're picking this, again, Bernard not on diva. Is it just like because he doesn't want to play it? He doesn't like it? He doesn't know how to play it? Or do they like not understand how this composition works? Because if so, like, that means they didn't watch like the Rogue versus Envious game. Okay, now he's gonna swap. Tell me he's gonna swap. Okay, he swaps. He goes to Zarya, which is his main, but that does not. It does not solve the problem with this composition. It does not solve the problem. Usually, you had the Zarya to make your Reinhardt stronger, because when you had McCree's, the McCree's would come, try to flashbang, so you protected him with the Zarya. So even though Zarya is not a strong tank by herself, she makes your front line stronger because you're protecting your Reinhardt, okay? But currently, because it's all about soldiers and roadhogs, right? They like this doesn't do much. This, sure, you have Graviton, but that's not enough to compensate for the fact that your shield's gonna get wrecked. So you need to go diva here. Okay, Gibraltar, very interesting high grounds, of course. So it makes Soldier like overall a very good pick on this, even if he wasn't picked, like even previous meta, he could have been alright on this map. Alright, so this is the blue box, so you have the diva that's kind of protecting, contesting up here, and you have your tanks down here, and then the supports are how can I draw this? Up there on the catwalk with the soldier, okay? When we start going for the shield wars, however, that's when the diva needs to be with the Reinhardt. Although, like, with the verticality of that, it's not quite as shield battle focused as it would be like in like a straight corridor, but okay, Recry, he's not being contested up top, so he gets the Ana. And now they're just kind of counter pushing because they know they've already won. You get a pick, you counter push, get more picks, stagger them, and then reset. Just very, very easy, fundamental Overwatch. Still no swap to diva. They've already lost 2 minutes. We need to see what this is going to accomplish, the Graviton. I mean, if somehow they get value out of the Graviton, then maybe it works out. But I think right now, like, you just can't afford to do that. Okay, Bunny's going to try to go up here, try to contest the enemy soldier. Oh, Recry just jumped. Okay. So usually what happens is up here you already have the soldier and the supports. So if you contest with just the soldier here, right? This soldier has the advantage because he can put down his biotic field, and then Ana just kind of grenades that, and then the three supports, the three people, the soldier and the supports just stay on this, and this guy's alone fighting this, right? So he can't really win because that's just too much healing. However, that's not what AF Blue did. They kind of rotated to jump onto blue box, and then the supports kind of jumped down. So they're actually engaging into the server room. which is weird because I don't know if Recry has interesting sightlines if he stays up there. No, he had to jump down. Okay. So this is kind of interesting defense. Yeah. Right. They decided Recry jumped here, and the front line that was down here because BK Stars was trying to go in server room and then go all the way back. AF Blue made the call, okay, screw it, engage them in the back. They're not going to be ready for that, okay? So the soldier jumps up here and starts shooting. Eventually, he was like on this side of the server room. So he probably jumped down this way and then went through the door over here. And then the supports, like as soon as the call was made, they just kind of jumped down and then engaged with the tanks. Which is a very interesting kind of mobile pincer move. On the side of AF Blue. Yeah, very interesting. I would have usually you tend to see like much more static stuff where the soldier and the supports are just gonna stay up here and then try to deal with like the just shooting to the server and shooting to the high ground if they go high ground. Okay, Do-hyun goes to Reaper. Clearly shows once again that they understand that these tanks are the problem, but this doesn't accomplish anything, right? You're not going to get close enough to be relevant as a Reaper. And you want the Roadhog to get those picks. It's all about, as I said, I'm going to say it again, just so that it's very clear for everyone, pressuring the enemy shield with these two guys, right, and preserving your shield with the D.Va defense matrix. Once the enemy shield goes down, you get hooks and you get damage with the soldier, and then you have the nano boosted tac visors combo. Okay, if you don't have the D.Va, you're always gonna lose the shield battle. Okay, if you lose the shield battle, you're gonna get hooked, right? And like having this means you're just going to have less damage on shields, and having this means that you're going to get your shield damaged more because you don't have the D.Va to help the Reinhardt. If you add to that like really good ult management from AF Blue and really good kind of positional play, then yeah, not looking great for BK Stars. The D.Va and the Roadhog just standing above, hooking people and shooting people. They nano boosted the Reinhardt here, which I think I've mentioned this before, but since like the last patch, it's not really worth doing because you don't have the mobility anymore. So it's better to just nano boost the soldier even if he doesn't use his tac visor. You just nano boost him and he just like goes to town just shooting normal attacks, right? Than it is to nano boost a Reinhardt, in my opinion. Unless you want to nano boost him purely for the damage, the fact that you're tankier with the nano boost, like to save him, like you nano boost and throw a nade in there just to save him. Okay, here comes the tac visor. Doesn't have nano though. They're hiding behind shields. But they still counter push and wipe this. No more time remaining. I don't even think they can touch the payload. Oh, okay, so someone's on payload, but should be over. Tracer's coming in. He's trying to stall as best he can, but that's not enough. Yeah, okay. So another full hold by a Freaky Blue. Really solid defense, really good positioning, and also being willing to kind of counter push very aggressively into the attack once you have the advantage. So AF Blue now only needs to cap like probably like what's hard in this first point is probably like the end, because you're fairly close to the defense's spawn, right? So all of this you usually get for pretty much free, right? All of this distance. So then they just really need to kind of get this, and then they just won the series. Okay, on the side of BK Stars, a 2-2. Still the questionable kind of double off-tank thing with no shields, which can get punished by a Earthshatter and by the hook. And yeah, okay, sure, you have the soldier here, but he doesn't have the front line that Recry had on the previous side. And the May, I don't even know like what the May is picked here for, because Gibraltar has like too much verticality and too much open space for it to be useful, for that wall to be useful, in my opinion. Okay, AF Blue, they go 2-2. They keep Jin on Roadhog. He's had like a crazy Roadhog game thus far. Arhan on his Genji, it's alright because you want the mobility to like jump all around this kind of high ground place. Oh my god, what a crazy hook. Okay. They kept Recry on the Hanzo, so this is like a double pick composition with the Hanzo and Roadhog. I wouldn't read too much into this, like they didn't have much distance to get, so yeah. It's still fairly the same structure, except not having the D.Va here and not having the soldier. But yeah, like this distance was just too close, I think. Okay, so they're trying to... They've completely, like... They've already taken control of server room, like... You have the soldier up here, but he's kind of lone. Supports are like trying to help out the tanks up here, but the tanks are getting hooked all over the place. So... And you see, like, this soldier needs to, like, jump around here and here and here to not get picked by the Hanzo. Okay, they start to lose the fight. They just kind of retreat. The Zarya. Bernard's a really good Zarya. That's not the problem. Like he's obviously a really strong Zarya, but just like with this patch, it doesn't make a huge amount of sense to pick her like that. And I think this is when... Yep, this is when it happens. So we have the Genji just kind of backcapping like that because they weren't paying attention to the payload. Yep. Okay, so let's recap what we saw. 3-1 win for Africa Blue. They are now qualified for the finals. We saw very good defense by them, okay? A way better understanding of what the meta was than BK Stars. BK Stars refusing to run the D.Va in that specific kind of soldier Roadhog composition, so they don't really understand how this kind of plays out. Of course, the coach for the Africa Freaks is Tyron. He was the guy that played the Lucio for South Korea at the Overwatch World Cup. He obviously knows his shit, because not only are they playing this composition properly, they're also still trying out some mobile compositions that we saw with the Genji Pharah kind of thing. And it didn't quite work out on Volskaya, but they're still trying to try things out on this side of thing, which is also what Rogue did, right? So you have this 3-2 composition with the soldier that's really a huge part of what's going on this patch. Hopefully you enjoyed this VOD review. We have a crazy day of Overwatch on Friday. There's the second semifinals, which is Envious versus Kongdu Unsea. That's going to be probably a very interesting series. And also we have the DreamHack Winter starting on Friday. Well, the BYOC starts tomorrow, but those are just tier 2 teams and local teams competing in that. But then we have the 8-team tournament of the DreamHack Winter starting on Friday. So huge day of Overwatch on Friday. Don't miss out, and I will see you next time.